Hello and welcome to jobskillshare.org. This is a discussion video where we kind of help people in situations where someone is, let's say, new to IT and how do they start the career. Now we have made so many videos that we're not going to talk about this category here. This is like students or someone changing a career and they just want to become an IT pro. We have so much for them now when they come to jobskillshare.org. Click on here and we'll give them information. This is a little confusing category right here. This is actually the same category, but for someone to accept that you're still not ready, it's going to be hard for them to believe in something. So let's talk about it. Let's just put yourself and us together in one scenario. So a lot of people will come to the platform and they'll send us email or start chat that I have A plus, I have Network plus, I have MCSA, I know these things, but I'm still lost. The problem with that is that a lot of people come, they have these really nice certification, which is great because you already have something good, but the problem is that they cannot connect the dots. They cannot use this certification in a real world environment or in an interview. They cannot explain it. They can't do it because they just went for a specific certification focused learning where a trainer is not responsible. Let's say, for example, in the background, this trainer is trying to teach you A plus. He's going to be covering or she's going to be covering the things that are covered in certifications. It's not going to be his focus or her focus is not going to be something more than that. So him or her both are limited. So no fault to anyone that is teaching this type of certifications. They're doing great because that is the focus. Some people do need just A plus because the company told them to get it, or someone else tell them to get it. So nothing against the trainer over here. It is you that you need to decide. Do you really want to be little bit changed than other people that are going to interview? Do you want to show something unique? That is up to you. How much effort you're going to put in your resume and your own skill learning, and that is really up to you. So this right here, this person should be responsible for this type of training, and this is your responsibility. That where do you go from here now? Now, two ways. You can ask one of your friends. We have a lot of people that come to our platform and say, one of my friend or one of my colleagues, they're teaching me this stuff. But a lot of people when they tell us, they say, hey, can you guys tell me if I'm ready? Then we just tell them that, okay, let's test your skills. So I'm just going to show you guys what we provide in our live training because that would be the best way to explain stuff. So in our first question, we'll tell them, do you know how to assign a ticketing system? Do you know how to use a ticketing system, or do you even know this term ticketing system? A lot of people fail even at this first basic step, basic questions. There's like ticketing system, what are you talking about? First thing people will say, like, why is he talking about ticketing system here? Ticketing system is that a lot of IT pros or your friends or colleagues, they usually ignore this because they think this is too simple for me to tell. So they usually go into very, very specific things like some of the deployments and things like that, scripting, and because I tell you, I am not going to make them responsible because it requires that experience, a teaching experience, or someone to be in this business for a long, long time to understand what exactly is missing here. So a lot of people miss this because they're just focused on their unique job, which they think is unique to them, and they learn the skills just by doing their own stuff. So they want to show that only to the person because it makes it look cooler. And I know that a lot of people may not like this word cooler, but the problem is that a learner is not actually thinking that way. He's thinking, I'm getting something cool, so when he go to the interview and he get he's not prepared for these basic questions where think about it in a perspective from business side. If a HR manager is using ticketing system to send an email to the IT department every third day or another day for hiring someone, she or him or whatever, the HR manager know that this is a system that I'm using it daily, so I'm going to ask about that system because that's where they're more comfortable. They're not going to ask you something like, do you know how to change a RAM, ROM, whatever? So do you know how many CPUs or all that stuff? They don't know this. So they're not going to ask you that. So that's why I tell people that don't get into so much technical stuff right from the beginning because it is just going to lead you to confusion because you're not ready for that kind of stuff yet. And you may not even work on that kind of stuff yet. So then the the second question I ask a lot of people, do you know how to add a user, or do you know how to reset their passwords? Do you know Active Directory? And most of the people fail over here also, because they're so focused in A plus and CCNA and MCSA. Maybe MCSA will go through some basic Active Directory, but the other certification may not even touch Active Directory the way a normal IT person would be, like, training you. Because this is what another thing that HR people or normal IT person will want to know, that can you even know the basic? Can you even add a person to Active Directory? And this is where things started from. It is such a core thing that a lot of these computers are connected to it, and people just ignore that, and they don't usually teach that. And the second thing would be to go on to Office 365, which is a major application. Then we go into more of the details of deployments, virtualization, remote tools. Do you know, have you ever used any remote tool to troubleshoot anything with somebody else? Do you know that kind of skills? And a lot of people cannot answer that either, because they're so stuck in just one simple thing, and they're mostly focused on devices or desktops, like fixing desktop. Now remember, guys, when you guys are going to the enterprise world and you're going to the business world and you're trying to become an IT pro, you're not just dealing with a desktop, a CPU. You're actually dealing with more than that. You're dealing with cloud-based systems now. You're dealing with users, your phones, the way the technologies are connected, maybe the company's specific applications. So many different things can come into play, and this is where you need a different type of training that will make you unique. Now, I'm not trying to sell my training over here, or the platform training, because we have such a big free training available. We kind of get passed away with just pushing someone to live training. We don't do that. We tell people that, what are you comfortable with? Are you comfortable with self-paced training? Then go to jobskillshare.org and do the whole training almost for free. And people have done that. Then people will say, no, I want something even more. I want you to sit with me. I want another professional to sit with me. Of course, we are going to charge for that. Of course, we are going to use resources. Of course, we're going to give you 100 plus labs that we have to pay for it. So a lot of people also understand that, and these are the results that you're seeing in front of my screen, that how powerful these trainings are. Even though they're very small, but we're telling them small as in a way like it's 5 hours, but it's like we prepare you for things that is directly going to impact when you go to the job. It is going to directly impact the way you're going to do your IT career. You're going to basically advance in your IT career. This is like some IT person just walking with you and telling you, do this, do that, do this, do that. A lot of people, when they're new, they usually don't know the importance or the value of someone telling you information in the IT world. IT information and IT learning is too big right now. And this is why we get so many people per day, so many people come with the same specific questions. I have A plus, I have Security plus, I have some great certification. Why am I still lost? I thought these certifications were meant to be for me to become an IT pro, but I'm still not getting it. What's going on over here? And these are the things that are just not responsible for that, because they're just focusing on one thing. But when we are focusing on what we're focusing on a career. We're focusing on you to become an IT pro. We're focusing on you to not deal with these type of certifications. We say that you're going to need it, take it, put it on the side, nicely put it on in your resume, you're good to go. But when it comes to reality, you're not going to be using something like what you will see in certification, because they're really not connecting dots. Microsoft will not teach you Cisco. Cisco will not teach you Microsoft. But when you go to companies, you will see both. You will see Cisco routers, you will see Cisco switches, and then you will see servers, and then you will see VMware. So many different things are connected, and someone needs to tell you how to use them. Thank you for watching this video, and if you're interested in going to jobskillshare.org, go to jobskillshare.org, click on IT training, go for live training first. If you're not interested in that, go for the free training. We have 100 plus hours of training available for you. Thank you.